All right, hi there. Welcome back to another vlog. This time I'm actually going to start off a little differently, and I'm actually going to answer probably the first question I've ever been asked on any of my vlog videos. And then on the last video, Adrian Grayson actually said, man, would be nice if you talk about your own solos. So meaning my own favorite solos that I've probably written and recorded. Going back to my early days, there was a lot of stuff I wrote back then. Obviously, I look back on it now and, was novice playing, not my best stuff. So nothing really back then. My own solos, probably when I started about 2010 and 2011, I was actually playing in a band called Gravity Crash in Lethbridge. And I was working with that band, and I was actually liking a lot of what I was writing for solos with music that was written already. When I joined them, and kind of as I grew with them, I wrote some music with the singer Robin, and we actually had recorded a whole album, but unfortunately it never saw the light of day. There was some communication that happened between our leader, Robin, and the producer who was, owned the recording studio, and we recorded the whole album. Originally we were told he wasn't going to charge us for the recording, but wanted a percentage of the album sales. And then when it came time to mixing the album, all of a sudden he was wanting a lot of money from us. And we were like, well, that's not what the deal was. That's not what we were told. We did pay some money. We got the first mixes. We were so disappointed in the way it was sounding. There was some big arguments going on in the band. And then myself and the drummer actually left the band, which sucked. And that was actually a really good album. There was a lot of potential in that band, but just things fell apart. And I wrote some pretty good solos on that album, so it's kind of a bummer. But after that, through anything I did before Siren, actually, I did write some solos for a band's demos, a part of an audition. I had written a couple of really cool solos, and those I really liked. But unfortunately, same thing, they never saw the light of day. But when I get into the Siren album, the first Beyond the Depths album, I think of all the songs, my favorite solo is probably Paradise for Demise. I really like the mood of that song. And then that solo is actually in a different mode than normal. It's actually an E Phrygian major. So it gives a really cool, eerie sound. So I think that's my favorite solo off that album. And then going into the new album, although Madness Becomes Me is a really cool solo, I like some of the things I added into that solo. And it's a cool section because Byron starts it off, and then we do a trade-off halfway through, and then I take over, and that's a cool song. But I think that it hasn't really been out there yet, although I do have a clip of a rough take of it in my Instagram posts. But there's a song called Until We Drown, and I think that's probably my favorite solo off of the new album. And then looking at some of my solo album stuff, I don't know, kind of hard to say. I like all of my stuff somewhat. I always feel like I could be better. I could improve some. But yeah, I guess On the Run, that whole song is pretty much a guitar solo in itself. Got a lot of cool feel. So I think that of my solo material, I think On the Run as this whole song really is probably my favorite. So that's my answer to you, Adrian. So otherwise, also in the last few videos, I'd actually been talking about guitar shopping. So I had mentioned I'd been kind of disappointed with what Jackson had been kind of coming out in the last little bit. So I started looking at other brands, and anything I inquired about with stores, sending emails or talking, everything's on back order, at least 5-6 months. Even some guitars I was asking about, they said we have no idea when they're going to be available, especially on stuff that brands are promoting, but they don't know when they're going to have stock. I found it kind of weird. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to looking in the used market. So kind of looking around the used market, Kijiji and whatnot, even Reverb. I even joined Reverb, started looking on Reverb for some different stuff, and kind of said, I'm going to keep looking into my Jacksons. I'm a big fan of Jacksons. I love Jacksons. I know what to expect, especially the older stuff. So recently I stumbled upon this guy here. So this is a Japanese DKMGT. Originally I thought it was about a 1998 because the serial started with with the 98, but it's actually, I looked through the catalogs because I wanted to find some more information on this guitar. And actually, it's about a 2006. And it came stock with EMGs in it, so I'm actually going to swap these out probably tonight, and I'm actually going to throw blackouts in this guitar, just because I have some plans for this guitar. Of course, it's a pawn shop guitar. I got it for really cheap. But what was really cool is it actually came with a molded Jackson case. And the case is probably, that to get one of those cases right now is about $260. So the case in itself as an add-in with this guitar, I only paid $500 for it, Canadian. So that's pretty good. Because of course I love reverse headstocks. And I was looking for something without a Floyd. Especially this will probably what I'll be using in Castigate now for some drop C. So this is kind of like what I was kind of looking for. So I did find it didn't come with a tone knob here. So I actually was going through my stuff and actually have one. So I'm going to install it on there, throw in some thicker gauge strings, throw in the blackouts, and then clean it up. She'll be ready to go, because my other guitar that I've been using for drop C has been this guy here, which is, of course, my favorite guitar. I love this guitar, but that's my Randy Rhoads RR1 USA. I love this guitar, but for some of what I was going to be doing in that group, I wanted something that I could quickly change the tuning from drop C to D standard. So something without a Floyd Rose system on it. So that's why I was like, I want something a little different, something I wanted to work more rhythm-wise, some good, thick, heavy gauge strings. So that's why I was like, hey, you know what? This guy's perfect. So I got that. Also, another really cool thing with my YouTube channel is my video with the vlog about my guitar, my Jackson Guitars collection, has hit like 43,000 views on YouTube, which is crazy. A lot of people watching that video, a lot of people commenting, actually. Hold on a sec, I gotta adjust this microphone. So yeah, a lot of people are watching that Jackson Guitars collection video. A lot of comments, good and bad. Of course, Jackson in the last while, their quality control hasn't been the greatest, so a lot of people have been knocking them on that. So I'm probably going to do another video soon, because I've kind of changed my collection. I got rid of a couple from that first video, and now I've probably gained a few more. I like to collect my Jacksons, so I think I've got, 8 now? I think I got 8 guitars that are Jacksons right now. So I'll do probably a new vlog just about my collection here at some point. I got some cool ideas on how I'm going to actually film it. So that'll come up probably fairly soon. So that's going to be on my YouTube channel next, probably. And then if those are wondering about Siren, we played finally last Saturday here. We played in Lethbridge at the Slice. We play there pretty much every 3 months. And Sloan, singing again. Still feeling a little bit of the effects of the COVID, but she sang pretty good. She did pretty good, and she's doing vocals for the album right now. She's done some of the tracking. She goes a couple of times a week to the studio with the producer, Craig. So the album's getting done. Hopefully, we're hoping to have it out in time for, midway through the summer. So hopefully we stay on track. All my tracks are done for the album, so my part's been done. So that's why I've been kind of concentrating on Castigate on the side. And then me and the guys been getting together. I'm writing music now, and writing a lot, especially with riffs, and working on my vocals, working a lot on my kind of like the vocal training I did in the past, kind of brushing up on that and working on covers. So I have a bunch of cover songs that I kind of been working to develop my vocal voice, more or less. So I'm thinking I might do some vocal covers again for YouTube at some point, and I'm actually planning to play guitar while I'm doing the vocals, do one of the rhythm tracks. I'll probably have a second track already recorded and panned to another side of the the studio field and whatnot. But that's kind of like what I'm thinking I'm going to plan on. Besides, I've been meaning to finish a guitar review video, but every time I start, of course, I want to write a demo track for it. And a couple of times now I have an idea. I start filming, or I start recording the demo track writing something, and then it ends up being something really good that I'm like, oh my god, I want to save this for something else. So I end up saving it, and I'm like, okay, I got to start something new again. But I am planning on doing a review on that. There was a couple of actually other items I wanted to review, as well as I'd recently got a new noise gate pedal from Rev. I got a G8 noise gate, and because I'd been using a decimator. I don't know if I got one right here. No. I've been using a Decimator 2 pedal for quite a while. And it's a little bit noisier now. I don't know. It's something changed over time with it. So I wanted a new noise gate, and I tried this G8 pedal, and oh man, it really cuts the sound right out. It really did an awesome job. So I'll do a review video on that soon too. Once I get a moment. So I've been kind of busy in the last little bit. There was something else I'm working on. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm trying to play a lot of guitar and writing music a lot lately, and writing lyrics. I'm starting to write some lyrics again. Besides look after my health, trying to look after me, and of course watching a bit of hockey. My Calgary Flames are in the playoffs right now, and I'm looking forward. I'm actually going to go watch the game here really soon, really quickly here. So I'm going to log off for now. So until next time, shred on, eh? Take care.